Alrighty. Hi guys. I'm recording another video. This one's in a little nicer quality because I got a new camera and I'm gonna test it out on this video. I just want to talk about a little thing. I just finished an anime called My Hero Academia. If you've never seen My Hero Academia, but you plan on watching My Hero Academia, click out of this video immediately because yes, there are spoilers. Big spoilers, so get out of here. Scram! Because I'm going to be breaking down a lot of my opinion on the finale and the last season, and just my overall opinion of My Hero. If you haven't seen it, and you don't care, you can stay. If you have seen it, you do care, please stay. If you have seen it, you don't care, I don't care. So listen, I finished watching My Hero Academia. There are 8 seasons. I'll just start off by saying seasons 7 and 8 are incredible. It's like 95% action and fighting and beautiful just like framework and art. While the other 5% is like, you know, other stuff that just, it's still important, it's still nice to see. Like even the stuff that isn't fighting is still cool to see most of the time. Some of it's like, what's happening? Still, because it is My Hero and it's still a little corny because it's like, oh, gotcha, please, whatever. That's fine. But it was still amazing. Like, I actually loved it. Because, first of all, the main reason I'm making this video is to say I think it is a solid anime and I recommend it. But also, the Bakugo Deku issue. And I'm not talking the, oh no, like Bakugo Deku gay thing. No, I don't know. Because it's already confirmed Deku and Ochaku and Bakugo by himself. No, I'm talking about the fact that, listen, Deku did do a lot in that fight. I am not diminishing what he did, but the world is diminishing what Bakugo the goat, put those together, Bakugo did. Bakugo, and this is where the big spoilers come in, literally died, came back to life. But it wasn't that somebody else brought him back to life, even though the needle ninja guy tried to bring him back to life. He brought himself back to life for the love of the game. Did Deku do that? I don't think so. Listen, Deku did amazing things, and everyone needed help. The battle wasn't bent on just one person saving him, even though, it was mainly Deku. But Deku wouldn't have made it without, the 8 other guys in his head telling him what to do, and just the help of, a Star and, what they did to him, and even, even when they were going, you had the guy in the middle, and Deku had to literally get rid of his quirk while fighting, and all this crazy stuff, and he's still beat up and torn, but he wins, and he does do this mostly by himself. Bakugo, listen, you have Mirko who gets wiped, Lemillion who has to save his 2 friends who get wiped, you have Best Genius who gets wiped, the Thread Needle ninja guy gets wiped. Bakugo gets wiped because he gets killed. He does technically get killed. He brings himself back to life, fights All For One, and beats All For One. Not to say that he did this by himself like not everyone else did, but to be fair, All For One did an attack on him that was supposed to that probably could have wiped out the moon. Bakugo beats him with an open chest wound and actually unlocks a new form of his ability, goes faster than All For One, and is so smart, and he does this all by himself. And he even does say, I couldn't have done this without the help of the people, other people, because to be fair, if it weren't for the Needle Ninja guy sewing him back together, even if he did bring himself back to life, he would have bled out, he would have died, it wouldn't have mattered. So yeah, okay, that's fair. But the fight was just him. He actually saved All Might, and he saved Deku, I would go as far to say. Because it was Bakugo 1-on-1 against All For One, Deku against Shigaraki. And Shigaraki wasn't fully complete, in a sense, how they talk about it is different. All For One is younger, so he's stronger. And I don't necessarily think All For One's stronger than Shigaraki. that's confusing where that level draws. Cause Shigaraki, like if he touches the ground, like I mean, his stuff is like gone. Like that's crazy. But like the attack you see All For One use on Bakugo that he stops is insane. And he's so fast and so powerful. And no one's talking about it. Everyone's like, Deku's this, Deku that. Nah. Like, Deku's so cool, he's safe. Like, yeah. Bakugo? We're gonna forget he brought himself back to life, saved so many people. He is so smart. And Deku needed help from all 8 other predecessors. Okay? He needed his technology things on his hands. He needed all this stuff. And you know what Bakugo did? Because his hand things were broken. You know? He didn't have anyone telling him what to do. He was a genius. Bakugo is smarter than Deku. 1. Bakugo, in my opinion, is stronger than Deku. 2. Bakugo, I used to think, should have been One For All. He should have been All Might's successor. I don't agree with that anymore. Because Bakugo wasn't as good as he was until he realized he wasn't chosen, thinking he was lower. He needed to realize he had to lock in. Because even though I thought it at first, I realized, no, he's better than that. He didn't need that. In fact, he was actually a direct grandchild to the second successor for One For All. That's crazy. And he actually scares the living crap out of All For One. Because he's like, oh my gosh, this guy's the descendant. We don't know how. They don't explain that. That's, in my opinion, a really weird thing to just throw out there like that. Because it's like, really? You're just going to be like, yep, he's actually the great grandchild of the original successor. So, yeah, that's weird. But hey, he's goated. And that's just plain and simple. Bakugo is the best character in the show. And he's slightly less cringe than certain people. He still is sometimes. But yeah, that's just the opinion I had. And I wanted to share it because I feel like Bakugo doesn't get the love that he genuinely deserves, being like the GOAT. And I'd love to break this down a little bit more. So maybe I will. Bye.